Hey! Alright, y'all, what's going on? It's your boy Bruce Leroy once again. Welcome back to the I Am Bruce Leroy channel. Before we get started with today's video, y'all like, comment, subscribe, for I kick all y'all asses. Now, I know I do already. Hold on, my fault. I just fucked up. You can't even hear nothing out this goddamn mic because I never turned on fucking OBS. Hold on 1 second, my fault. I'm fucking up already. Leave that shit. Before we get started with today's video, y'all like, comment, subscribe, for I kick y'all asses. Now, I know I do already. Follow me on all my social medias, Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, everything's at I Am Bruce Leroy. I gotta pull up my screen real quick. Hold on. Your boy coming up prepared. Alright, so before we get started, talk about the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Eagles game. We're 4-0, I believe now. We're 6-2. We got 4 straight wins. Alright, and we got Dallas next week, and we'll talk a little bit about that and what happened with the Atlanta game. So first things first, I want to clear up a few things. I want to talk about some things that happened before this game. I want to clear up a couple things that happened last video, all right? So with the Trayvon Diggs situation. So right after I recorded what I recorded, right? Trayvon Diggs went to the reporter. They patched things up. I thought that was very, very mature of him to do, to go over there. And then I was a lot of respect for the reporter for just basically saying, hey, if I misinterpreted the play, I apologize. So shout out to both of them for coming together and share that moment with each other. Pause. But you understand what I'm saying? Like, I thought it was really cool. I thought it was very mature Trayvon Diggs to do. And I know a lot of y'all going to be looking, well, if you apologize, right, why'd you keep putting up videos? I put up the videos just as for extra content and entertainment purposes. Like, I stand on what I said before, but looking back at it now, it's kind of like, two things can be true at once. I could have been, I got on him because I didn't like the situation. I thought he was wrong situation. But yes, I understand, you lost the game. You're in the heat of the moment. These things happen. You're not going to be perfect. And on top of that, the team is not really between Jerry Jones's antics that will never fucking change, and all this shit that's going on with the team going downhill. It's a reasonable assumption that when you're in that moment, you're not going to be the nicest of people, especially because at the end of the day, he's a competitor. Obviously we would like to, well, I'm an Eagles fan, whatever, but I'm sure Cowboys fans would like to see him be more productive numbers-wise. But I do know at the end of the day, he's a capable player of playing at a high level. He's very good at what he does. Like, at the end of the day, like, he's not a scrub by any stretch of the imagination. Again, the whole team right now, the team morale is just really down. It's too much bullshit going on. And honestly, it really just starts with Jerry Jones. But at the end of the day, salute Trayvon Diggs. There's no animosity. There was no like, oh, fuck Trayvon Diggs. Well, no, it's none of that. It was just literally just me doing what I normally do, my trolling, entertaining. Y'all already know already. Y'all know the deal. Y'all know how this channel works. Y'all know how I be doing these videos. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, we trying to give y'all the information at the same time. Do it, putting my own spin on it, being entertaining, being the loud, brash ass, tall nigga, you know what I'm saying? Y'all already know. I ain't gotta give y'all the whole rundown, but y'all know. Alright, so salute to Trayvon Diggs, we'll move on with that. Anthony Richardson, I want to wrap that up because it was news that literally arrived, I think, right after I filmed. So Anthony Richardson, I misinterpreted the situation, okay? Nobody caught me on this, but I'm just gonna go ahead and admit it. I misinterpreted the situation because what I thought it was like, oh, okay, maybe he's just more injured than what he's letting people know or what it appears to be from the naked eye, right? But what it turns out was actually he said he was tired. I don't know why the fuck would you admit that to reporters, considering the fact that, like, that's just crazy, right? And there's other ways to handle that situation than to tap yourself out. You know what I mean? Like, how about, hey, coach, can we run the ball on this next play? You know what I'm saying? That there's other ways to get that across, but you just tap it out because you're tired. You don't think them other 10 motherfuckers that's on the field with you are tired? You don't think the defense is tired that's playing for your dumb ass? Like, like Anthony Richardson, what the fuck are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? You have not established enough rapport with this team. You haven't established that you are the right franchise quarterback for this team. So for you to go and do that shit, it's completely fucking weird to me. I don't understand why. I don't get it, right? So you acting like that, you're not even on fucking Andrew Luck status, to be honest. So for you to go and perform the way you perform, it's just like, bro, like, nigga, you didn't even do what the fuck Phillip Rivers did. If I'm not mistaken, one of the 2 seasons that Phillip Rivers was the quarterback, he took that team to the playoffs and they were actually a pretty competitive team. You didn't do none of this shit. You can't even complete 50% of your fucking passes, right? So you have a long way to go. And at the end of the day, for him to do that, it's just that's very fucking bad. I don't want to go too much too hard on the guy, but that's uncompetitive ass. I'm trying my best not to say soft, but it's very uncompetitive ass behavior for that he displayed. That's not what you want to see at your quarterback position, and that's not what you want to see as a football player, as a person either. You know, at the end of the day, everybody on that team to an extent is hurt. Everybody on that team to an extent is tired. These things happen throughout the course of the game. Some people are playing with injuries, and it's like, well, I'm going to tough it out for the team. Some of them are toughing it out for your ass. You don't think one of the offensive linemen that's protecting your dumb ass is tired and injured too? So it's a slap in the face to the whole team when they're putting their best foot forward, despite the fact they may not be my fault. So at the end of the day, right, it's just that, like, that's not cool and by any stretch of the imagination. Like, you know what I'm saying? You don't want to see your quarterback doing that shit at whatsoever. You don't want to see no football player doing that shit. You know what I'm saying? And here's the thing, right? Well, let's have a conversation about the bench. I don't think benching him was the right decision, because what you're basically doing is what the Panthers did with Bryce Young. You're basically giving up on a guy. There's no way in the hell you can go in year 3. When you make a decision like that, when a guy's only in his second year and he's barely been playing because he's been injured a lot. So when he is on the play field, he's not playing very well. But at the same time, now it's getting to a point where he gets injured a lot. So he hasn't really had enough time to really grow and develop, because he's not on the field. When he's on the field, he's not playing well, and he's not on the field. He's not on the field enough to really give for him to have the proper time to be able to develop into the player that he needs to be, right? So to bench him, I don't like this move by Steichen. I understand this is one of those things where it's like, and I think Shannon Sharp said it best on the nightcap clip that I watched. He said he's basically doing it to save his job. Yes, but at the end of the day, like, I don't like the move, because you basically are sending a signal that, like, yo, this guy is out of here. And it's only his second year, and we're about halfway done with the season. I don't like the move. I don't like the move. I don't think you can go back to him and say, right after you bench him, and say, okay, go ahead and play. It's just going to feel weird. And it's psychologically, even Chad Ochocinco said it, he's going to be playing not to make a mistake, not to get benched. He's not going to be playing free and you know, because obviously you made it very clear by benching him that, you know, you have no qualms about getting rid of him. You know, so I don't think that necessarily. I think the right decision in that situation would have been to have a heart-to-heart with him. I think one of the team veterans, maybe somebody like Quentin Nelson. I forgot the defensive tackle that's on there. That's an all-pro player. I think his name is DeForest Buckner. I don't know if he's still there. DeForest Buckner could have had a conversation with him. One of the veterans could have had a conversation with him, and they could have had a players-only meeting. They could have had a conversation with him. The coach Steichen could have had a conversation with him. But that's not a cause enough to bench somebody, especially in their second year. I don't like it. What it's doing is creating dysfunction throughout the organization. And really, it's not bandaging up your problems, because your defense isn't that great. Offensively, I think you can definitely use more weapons outside of just fucking Michael Pittman Jr., if you want to be totally honest with you, and Jonathan Taylor. You guys could use a lot more weapons. Offensive line could always use more revamping. So, you know, I don't like the move. There's a heart-to-heart conversation you can have. There's a mentorship. There's players-only meetings. There's so many other ways to handle that situation versus benching him. Because what it's telling me is that when shit gets hard or he's not developing the way you're looking for, y'all just off and get rid of him. To me, that's not cool. I don't think that's the right decision. Another thing I want to talk about is the Marcus Hayes and Joel Embiid situation. I don't say this very often, but I don't like Marcus Hayes. I think he's a racist bitch. I'm just being straight up and honest with you. I don't like Marcus Hayes whatsoever. So for those that don't know, right, I'm going to read you guys a piece of the article here. This is a quote from bitch ass nigga Marcus Hayes. Joel Embiid consistently points to the birth of his son, Arthur, as the major inflection point in his career. He often says that he wants to be great, to leave a legacy for the boy named after his little brother, who tragically died in an automobile accident when Embiid was in his first year as a 76er. Damn. Well, in order to be great at your job, you first have to show up for work. Embiid has been great at just the opposite. Now in his 11th season, he consistently has been in poor conditioning. That shit makes no sense, but moving on. This poor conditioning apparently seems to have delayed his debut this season. Embiid won't play in Wednesday's opener or the next 2 games. Why the fuck did you feel the need to bring up his son? Why did you need to bring up his son, and why did you need to bring up his brother that died? What the fuck does that have to do with him being able to be healthy for his team? What the fuck? How the fuck does that correlate? How does that correlate? It's just fucking idiotic. How the fuck does that correlate? You know what I'm saying? Like that doesn't even make fucking sense. This nigga's a fucking moron. I swear to God, this nigga's a fucking whole ass goofy, bruh. They look like one of those fucking fat ass golfing dads and shit. They got a fucking big ass beer belly. Look, nigga stomach like a fucking hot air balloon. The motherfucker, this nigga look like he pregnant with a fucking bowling ball, bitch ass nigga. Why the fuck would you? What the fuck? Listen. Oh, my fault. I troll on here. Sometimes I go too far. I would never go as far as wishing injury on somebody and talking about somebody's dead fucking relative, family member, or close friend. That's just out of control. That's not even about, oh, I'm being a reporter trying to, get a story. No, you're just being a fucking dickhead. So Joel Embiid, it was reported there was no video. I wish there was. I mean, like, that nigga a bitch. Listen, I'm going to go ahead and read off the Joel Embiid shit. So the next time you bring up my dead brother, my son again, you're going to have to see what I'm going to do to you. And I'm going to have to live with the consequences. Okay, then the Hayes offered an apology. Man, fuck your apology. And B declined it. It's not the fucking first time. Yeah, I mean, like, bruh, listen. You wouldn't do that shit to motherfucking Kinlaw. If y'all know, y'all 49er fans, y'all know already. Kinlaw and Gray. And I don't even think that Kinlaw was right for what he was doing. I think it was completely unnecessary. I understand his point, but I think it was completely unnecessary. Like, bro, like, you just need to play football. So I didn't like what Kinlaw did, especially because Grant Cohn was coming from a place of judging your skill. When you're a public figure, you're a player, you got to deal with this shit. This what comes with the territory, right? Everybody's going to speak on your behalf lightly. And if you're not producing on the field, people are going to say you're not producing on the field. You're not living up to where you were picked at. These are the times the conversations are going to happen. So I didn't like what Kinlaw did. But you damn sure wouldn't have did that shit to Kinlaw, because he would have did some shit like 3 top fucking words. Y'all 49er fans, y'all know about Grant Cohn and the Kinlaw situation. Kinlaw, I forgot what team he's on now. But anyway, that's not relevant. It's relevant, but it's not. Now, going back to the situation. Some of these people, reporters, entertainers, so quote unquote content creators, you have to understand this. And listen, as a person, as a troll, I go too far. I'm edgy. You know what I'm saying? I give it up raw. Pause. But you understand what I'm saying? Like, I don't give a fuck. I do go over the top sometimes, but I have limits, right? I try my absolute hardest, and sometimes it's hard, but I try my absolute hardest not to try to be personal and not to try to say some shit that's just like there's no objectivity to it. It's not even about how he's performing as a player. Now you're just being straight disrespectful, and you're just showing that you kind of have like an evil spirit inside of you. Like there's something wrong with that. Your morality is fucked up. Your moral compass is just off. I never try to do. There's a couple times when I did do some shit that's like, okay, I kind of fucked up there, but I always try to make it right. And I always try, like, when I'll look at some situation, I'll look at a situation where I feel like I went too far, I'm like, damn, you know what? Let me chill out, right? Just like with the Trayvon Diggs situation, right? When he did what he did, I had to get up here. As much as I was getting on his ass and talk about the stats and all that, and I was going on my rant and shit, I had to go give him the benefit of the doubt and apologize and understood that, like, you know what, it makes sense. You're in the heat of the moment, the team not doing well overall, and y'all got, you know, like it was a bad game. You're gonna be in the heat of the moment. I understand. You know what I'm saying? So these things do happen. On top of that, you know, they do put in a lot of effort. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it doesn't always get the results that they're looking for, but these players do make a lot of sacrifices to be able to play every Sunday and be able and whatever. They make a lot of sacrifices, time away from family, putting your body on the line, you know, health and all this other shit. There's so many sacrifices that go into playing the game of football at a professional level. So I 100% understand where Trevon Diggs was coming from. Now going back to Marcus Hayes, I'm going to be honest with you. Joel Embiid, just be careful, okay? Because I honestly, with the shit that Marcus Hayes is talking about the Philadelphia Eagles, and obviously him going too far as to bring up your son and then your dead brother, it's completely out of bounds. So I am actually happy that you fucking shoved him. I genuinely am. I don't condone violence, and I don't condone players putting their hands on reporters about articles that they've written about. You gotta let them do their job at the end of the day. That's not doing your job. You're just being disrespectful, right? And as a reporter, even though you're a content creator, you still don't need to be saying shit like that. But as a reporter, you're not a content creator. Like, you may create content, I guess, in a sense, but you're not a YouTuber or whatever. Like, you are held to a high regard from a professional standpoint, and that is not behavior that exhibits professionalism and any stretch of the imagination whatsoever. I truly think that, you know, whatever the fuck he worked for, I don't care to find out. They need to suspend your ass for like without pay for like a week or two, because that's, you know, for you to do some shit like that, it's just it's poor taste. You know what I mean? And it's just like you're went too far. So at the end of the day, I don't condone players putting their hands on reporters, but in that situation, you pretty much get what's coming to you. So, like, you know, shout out to Embiid. I think sometimes you got to just stand on business. Speaking of stand on business, we're going to talk about Jason Kelce real quick in a situation that happened when he was at a Penn State game. Jason Kelce was at a Penn State game, right? And, you know, fans was, you know, talking whatever. And then a fan says, and I'm going to try my best not to say the word because I understand that it's offensive to the LGBTQ community. I don't want to go that far, right? But he basically said, how does it feel that your brother is a F for dating Taylor Swift? Kelce took his phone and broke it. Here's the thing. Some of y'all in real life, and I'm just keeping it real with you, and this is somebody who trolls and goes too far at times. Some of y'all need y'all ass whooped. Like, some of y'all need a good fashion 2-piece combo with a side of biscuits and Cajun fries and some mashed potatoes with gravy and some butter. I'm keeping it real with you because y'all don't understand, like, basic human decency and respect. Some of y'all take y'all fandom to the point where, because you're fans and because the person is famous, because it's like you guys don't have anything to lose, because a lot of y'all ain't doing shit with y'all life, and a lot of y'all not trying to level up or whatever. A lot of y'all, you know, some of y'all ain't got shit, and some of y'all not. And it's okay not to have shit, but it's not okay to be okay with not having shit and not taking the initiative to go do something with your life, right? And you're putting your energy into unproductive shit. That's when it becomes a problem. So a lot of y'all are very, very disrespectful in how you guys interact with, you know, like a lot of y'all think y'all can say whatever the fuck y'all want to celebrities or whatever because you feel like that there's like, well, they don't go with what we're going through, right? We struggle to pay bills or whatever. And sometimes they have to give y'all a license to feel like that these people from the window that you're looking at are not human beings and not go through their own struggles. Y'all think that money just cures everything, and it really doesn't. There's so many other problems that money can create. So everybody has their own struggle. Just because I don't have the same struggles as you do, maybe from a financial perspective, doesn't necessarily mean I'm not going through anything. And even if my life was good, that still doesn't give you the right to be disrespectful. And a lot of y'all take it too far. And here's the reality of the situation. Jason, I don't know the guy. Jason Kelce, not only do I believe he's the greatest player to ever play his position, he is a class act in every sense of the word. And all I keep seeing y'all doing is attacking this man. And I don't understand why. See, here's the thing. When I finally put all the pieces together as far as my music and all this other shit I got going on, and I finally, get the fame that I'm looking for, whatever the case may be, and so I'm going to keep working my ass off to try to put the pieces together, y'all ain't doing that to me. Because at the end of the day, yo, listen, I'm a troll and I'm a comedian at the end of the day. That's part of it. That's why I say I'm an entertainer. I'm not an artist. I'm an entertainer. I do everything under the umbrella. You ain't doing that shit to me, bro. I'll curse a motherfucker out. And listen, I'm definitely going to have security because you try some shit with me, I'm gonna straight smack the fuck out you. I'm going to keep it real with you. And listen, I'm not a violent person by any stretch of the imagination. I don't care to do violence to other people. But you ain't going to just sit up there and just think you're going to throw something at me, bro. And now, that's just it right now, bro. I'm going to keep it always straight with you. You throw something at me on stage and I find out who the fuck you is, bro. I'm going down there, bro. And listen, you already know what's going to happen next right after that, bro. Like, I'm just keeping it real. Don't throw not a motherfucking thing at me, bro. Like, if you don't like the performance, man, just go leave. You know what I'm saying? Like, boo. Go ahead and boo, you ass. Good. Okay, cool. Go heckle. Great. You throw something at me, bro. Like bro, I'm coming down there and I'm you know what I'm saying? These hands gonna be thrown. How about that? You know what I'm saying? Because you ain't gonna just throw nothing at me. You got me fucked up. You know what I'm saying? But that's beside the point. I don't want to make it about myself. Jason Kelce, from the outside looking, it seems like he's a very, very, very wholesome individual. A very good guy from the outside looking in. And all this man is doing is enjoying his retire. Y'all up there making, yes, does the dance look a little weird? Yeah. But that's just him having fun. And everybody expresses themselves in different ways. I know for damn sure when I be sitting up there in that motherfucking kitchen cooking, I be dancing my music, I be looking weird as hell too. So listen, I'm not gonna sit there and judge nobody for just having fun. They ain't out there shooting nobody. They ain't out there robbing nobody. They ain't out there being miserable and bullying people or mistreating people. If you out there, you having fun and you enjoying life and you're an inspiration to others and you're bringing positivity in people's lives, bro. Hey, listen, I don't do what the fuck you want to do. But some of y'all feel way too comfortable being disrespectful. And I felt bad for Kelce because I'm like, why the fuck does he have to apologize? I understand because, like, you know what I'm saying? When you're a good person, you're going to hold yourself to a high regard. It's like, you know what? Even if you felt like in the decision you made the right choice as far as like, yo, I got to defend my brother no matter what. At the same point in time, there's always going to be a part of you that's like, you know what? I'm embarrassed that I had to stoop that low. I'm embarrassed that I had to go and put my hands on somebody or, react in a moment that's react out of anger, out of emotion. I don't like being represented in that manner. I don't like carrying myself or representing myself in that manner. So I felt bad that he had to apologize because honestly, the dude had it coming. And honestly, if Kelce would have just open hand smacked the shit out of him, like Bradley Martin did this other dude who touched his hat, I wouldn't even be mad at it. Listen, the nigga got what he deserved. Like, bro, he should have got his ass whooped. You gotta stop being disrespectful. If you don't like these celebrities, leave them alone. But I don't understand some of y'all fans. Y'all think that fandom is stalking somebody, insulting somebody. How's it feel to be a bitch? But no, I love you though. I love your work. How the fuck does that make sense? You're calling me a bitch. You're insulting me. You're calling me out my name as a man, but you're saying that you're a fan of my work, nigga. Fuck you. Go delete all my shit off the playlist of my music or whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? Like, go unfollow me. Don't bother. If you feel like that you have to express your fandom by trying to hurt me, whether that be verbally or physically, bro, get your stupid ass on somewhere. I don't want your money. I don't want your time. You understand what I'm saying? That's the, when I get fan, whatever. Like, we're getting there. But you know what I'm saying? But bottom line is this. Stop trying to treat these celebrities like, oh, they have everything. So what? Like, no, like, bro, treat everybody how you would want to be treated. And everybody you come across, regardless of whatever status that they have, whatever car they drive, bro, treat everybody with common decency and respect, because that's the right thing to do, okay? I think that is it. Okay, so I want to quickly talk about a couple things. So, Dak Prescott and the Falcons, it was just bad all the way. And honestly, I'm not even fooled by, when the Cowboys came back against the Baltimore Ravens, that's kind of what reminded me of when that Dallas was like, they was about to come back against Atlanta. Like, the game was fucking over with. It clearly was a discrepancy. And honestly, low-key, I'm looking at this game and I'm like, damn, well, excuse me. It's kind of crazy how we damn near, if Saquon would have made that catch and walked in the end zone, we would have won the game. Versus Dallas just getting completely fucking destroyed. It's crazy. Dallas is in a very, very hard. And again, I know they didn't have Michael Parsons. And they got, I think Deron Bland is out for the season too, so I get it. But god damn, like, this team is awful. I mean, literally, there was not even a shred. Like, at least we were competitive to an extent. There wasn't even a shred of competitiveness. It was a complete discrepancy. Like, you knew who was a better team right off the bat. So, Dak Prescott got out there. I think his hand was bleeding and it got swollen or whatever. And then it turns out he has a hamstring. So, he's going to be out for a few weeks. So it looks like that, for this next game for the Eagles, Cooper Rush is going to be their starting quarterback. I doubt it's going to be Trey Lance. It's going to be Cooper Rush. So, yeah, that's crazy. And they recently signed Jonathan Mingo. It's not going to help much. It's just like, I guess you bring in more help. But, like, Dak Prescott being out, I don't know if Michael Parsons is going to be playing. Like, yeah, man, it's just all around bad. And then they don't even have a run game, so they have to be one-dimensional. It's just crazy to me. But yeah, Dallas is in a heap of trouble. And one more thing. Yeah. So, couple things. First off, I want to congratulate LaShawn McCoy on getting inducted to the Eagles Hall of Fame. I was not an Eagles fan at the time. If I'm not mistaken, I think when Michael Vick was on the Eagles, I was a Saints fan. But I'm going to tell you something right now. One of the players that there's a few players that I enjoyed watching growing up. I enjoy watching Deshaun Jackson. I think I was always meant to be an Eagles fan. I'm just keeping it real. I enjoy watching Deshaun Jackson. Really love watching him play. I love watching Victor Cruz play. I love watching, who else? Zach Ertz play. Who else did I enjoy watching play back in those days? I love Mark Ingram. Mark Ingram was one of my favorite players. Who else? I'm trying to think. That might have been a Malcolm Jenkins. Michael Jenkins kind of went back and forth between the Saints and the Eagles, but I always like Michael Jenkins. Who else did I enjoy watching growing up? I love DeMarcus. DeMarcus Ware was always elite. I like watching him. I like Frank Gore. I'm trying to remember. I don't want to get into this whole damn thing. Was I a fan of Anquan Bolden? Maybe. Don't quote me on that. But all in all, I don't want to go into everybody to go into a deep dive into who are my favorite players. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to go into a deep dive like that. I was a fan of Jeremy Shockey too, by the way, when he was in New Orleans. I didn't know he played for the Giants until I got mad enough. I'm like, oh shit. But whatever. That's neither here nor there. Despite the fact that I was a Saints fan, I always enjoyed watching Eagles games, especially when Michael Vick was on that team and Jeremy Maclin and those guys. I enjoyed watching that team a lot. I enjoyed watching Deshaun Jackson, who was probably one of my favorite wide receivers growing up. And I enjoyed watching LaShawn McCoy, I think was my favorite running back out of the early 2010s. Favorite running back. That whole era, definitely 100% my favorite running back. Like, dude could pretty much do everything. I think he's probably the most, I'd say top 5, top 10 of the most underrated players in NFL history. He was great in Buffalo as well. Dude is just, he can pretty much, this guy can do everything. And then, honestly, for him to have that game in the snow against Detroit, there's not enough I can say, but definitely one of those guys that I enjoy watching every Sunday as a kid growing up as a Saints fan. And I'm kind of ashamed that I'm an Eagles, so I'm ashamed to admit that I was a Saints fan, but it is what it is. I enjoy watching Deshaun Jackson, so salute to him. I did criticize him in the past, but at the end of the day, it's nothing but love and respect. He's a former member of my favorite team, and he was somebody that I grew up and I really enjoy watching. So salute to LaShawn McCoy, congratulations on becoming an Eagles Hall of Fame member as well. And hopefully he gets into Canton as well. He definitely 100% deserves that yellow jacket. If fucking Edgar and James can get in, you're damn right. You're damn skippy that LaShawn McCoy can get it for sure. And LaShawn McCoy has accomplished way more than Edgar and James. So 100%. I don't understand why the fuck Edgar and James made the... I don't get it. But whatever. It is what it is. Now we're going to talk about Darius Slay being out. So he's been dealing with a groin injury. He's dealing with a knee injury. I think it was the right move to kind of sit him out. Not because of his poor play, because, you know, he's made plays at times. Just like, I think it was a good thing. And also, we need to see what Isaiah Rodgers is capable of. So Isaiah Rodgers went and he talked about how, you know, he's trying to play so he can continue to play here. I low-key thought, because I'm not mistaken, he liked the tweet where it said coming back to the Colts. And then now he's talking about he wants to play for us. But again, I don't blame him all the way, but you got to remember what the situation is. If you're injured, it's always the next man up. And if Quinyon is playing great at the number one position and he's going to have to eventually play there, you can't just leave him at the nickel. You understand what I'm saying? It's a next man up mentality. It's just that's how it is, right? We'll talk about Isaiah Rodgers' performance as we get into this game. Let's talk about this game. Let's start off talking about Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts was outstanding. I'm going to give him an A. Jalen Hurts was 18 for 20. Oh, real quickly, we signed I got to look at the guy's name. So we signed a tackle who could play guard named Braden Daniels. He came from Washington. And for some odd reason, I think on November 4th, which was yesterday, he got released for this linebacker named Dallas Ginn. I don't know who the fuck they are. Like they're just dead pieces, and that's all I gotta say. There's no reason for me to go any further than that, right? So now let's talk about this game. Jalen Hurts, 18 for 24, 230 yards, 2 touchdowns passing, and then on the ground, 13 carries, 67 yards, 5.2 average, 1 touchdown. So Jalen Hurts has been pretty much outstanding. The only thing I did not like, there's a couple things I didn't like out of Jalen Hurts. Number one, that throw to, it was a throw, I think it was third or fourth quarter. Sometime in the second half, I know that for a fact. He throws a horrible fucking pass, just completely overthrows Devontae Smith, and Cisco ended up almost picking the goddamn ball off. Another thing, too, was on 4th down, which I didn't necessarily, out of all the conversions, I wasn't necessarily mad about this per se. So Jalen Hurts goes forward on 4th down, right? And does a play-action bootleg. 84, which I'm not mistaken, I think it's E.J. Jenkins. Don't quote me on that. He's wide open. I mean, I'm talking about literally like it's a quick, it's a quick hit right there. He's wide open for the first down. He goes and he rolls out until there's nobody left and throws it. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? And this is after A.J. Brown came out of the game, okay, with the knee injury. And for those that don't know, A.J. Brown, first off, thank God he's doing okay. Secondly, it's a day-to-day thing. So we may play him in Dallas, we may not. Honestly, with the A.J. Brown situation with these injuries this year, he kind of said it, and I kind of felt the same way. I feel like that I love A.J. Brown. Second favorite wide receiver out the whole league, and I'm so happy that he's on our team. Right? But I've been a fan of this guy since Ole Miss, 100%. And it would have been cool to have him drafted instead of J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. But that's neither here nor there. We got him on our team. He's here long term, so I'm very happy for that. Now, when it comes to A.J. Brown, I feel like that he's overworking himself a little bit. I think he needs to take it easy. I understand that, like, listen, last year was not great. He's a hard worker. I understand. Like, he's, if you don't think he's the best wide receiver, he's 100% top 3. If you don't think he's top 3 in the league, you just don't watch football, period. Top 3 wide receiver in the league. I would say even top 2 because Tyreek is just kind of nowhere to be found. I would say top 2. You could probably argue Justin Jefferson. I think, in my opinion, A.J. Brown is better than Justin Jefferson. Just because A.J. Brown possesses more of the physical attributes. And I feel like A.J. Brown is just faster downhill. But that's neither here nor there. Y'all debate that as y'all will. Okay? Now, when it comes to, what am I trying to say? Yes. So the A.J. Brown, work hard, but work smarter, not harder. You know what I'm saying? Because he already, like, bro, once you look like that, And once you already know how to, you already know what to do. You already know. You don't have to go as hard as much. You know what I'm saying? So, hopefully AJ Brown will just know just in the future, just kind of take it easy. Like work at this point in time, once you got the physical attributes, it's about working smarter, not harder, right? You don't have to put your body through. You gotta work hard, but don't work hard to the point where you're doing way too much. You're putting too much stress on your body. Again, Jalen Hurts was outside those two throws that I just spoke about. He was outstanding, 100%. Again, I would like to see him be a little bit quicker as far as finding the flat. Like, instead of I know he said he's going to look downfield. I get that. If you got somebody right there, just go throw to the ball. If you got Saquon in the flat, just go throw in the ball. So I'm going to give him an A, but I would like in the future for him to be a little bit more decisive where he throws the ball. And also, there's a couple of times where, like, there was nobody open. And, I think, in those situations, you would like to see him throw it away instead of taking a sack. But, I'm not going to blame him too much because, like, it was just great coverage from the other team. You know what I'm saying? Whether it be bad routes or whatever the case may be. So, yeah, that was it. Saquon, y'all Giants fans feel so fucking stupid. Let me tell you another people that feel stupid. Titans fans. Oh, DeAndre Hopkins, watch. I was arguing about I said, yeah. Watch what the fuck him and Mahomes do together. You know what he had? That man had 80-something yards for 2 touchdowns. 2 tutties. 2 tutties. Y'all feel fucking stupid, don't y'all? No way in the hell DeAndre Hopkins, who made plays when he was on the Titans, just play with the, Will Levis is a second stringer. And that's just what it is. He's a second string quarterback at best who can be a spot starter. He's not a starter. Will Levis is not a starting quarterback in the league. I knew that shit. I was like, that's why I didn't understand why the fuck Calvin Ridley decided to go to the Titans. I think it's probably because of the money. Because there's no way in the hell you look at a situation like the Titans and it's like, damn, Will Levis is him. Will Levis had one good game, and that was literally his first game as a starter. There's nothing that I looked at and I said to myself, yeah, he's going to be the starter long term. He's a second string quarterback who's a spot starter at best. I never saw anything. I don't know if people say, yo, Will Levis is him. I'm like, since who? Technically speaking, Will Levis is a male, but other than that, what do you mean him? What are you talking about? Huh? So yeah, that shit was confusing to me. But yeah, Saquon just outstanding. What him and Derrick Henry has done, and Derrick Henry has superseded my expectations for sure. Just superseded it. We'll see what happens. Really, Baltimore, when it comes down for them, is what they're gonna do in the playoffs. And by the way, Baltimore got Deontay Johnson too, which I thought was a good look. A lot of Baltimore fans were upset because they felt like they needed more defensive help. But I think that you need to should have gave DeAndre Hopkins should have went to Baltimore anyway. But that's neither here nor there. So yeah, y'all Titans fans feel very fucking stupid because I was right and I knew I was right. I knew that I'm like, watch DeAndre Hopkins ball out in the Chiefs, bro. Because now, guess what can happen? Now you don't have to keep it. You don't have to keep doing this operating in space shit. Mahomes could throw the fucking ball down the field now because he has DeAndre Hopkins who's good at those jump balls and is right in his prime. And like he old, like the dude is still productive. Everybody was like comparing him to Julio Jones when he went to the Titans. I'm like, what the fuck are y'all talking about? Had he had his injury history? Yes. But when he's on that field, bro, he's very, very productive. Different, Julio Jones, I think, was just way too many injuries, and it's just like it's just different with him. But there's nothing about DeAndre Hopkins that I looked at and say, like, damn, he fell off. Like, y'all are just so fucking stupid. And so is Giants fans because Saquon Barkley, him and Derrick Henry are having a foot race to be the best running back in the fucking league, and it's just absolutely insane. A backwards fucking hurdle. I've never seen that shit before in my entire life. Saquon is him. There was a really, really bad call. The guy tugged his socks and they said that he fumbled the football. That was a really, really fucking bad call. It was awful. Like, I ain't gonna lie. This was probably the worst out of all the games I've seen this year. This is the worst job I've seen out of, like, the refs were fucking horrible this game. Like, they were atrocious, right? Jalen Hurts gets across the plane. You can clearly see on the film he gets across the fucking plane. They said he didn't. I'm like, well, like, what are y'all talking about? What was that a little bit closer than the fumble? I'm more or less mad more about the fumble than getting across the goal line. But he got, and I think I didn't like the Johnny Wilson shit. I think Johnny Wilson caught a touchdown. They took it back as a PI. Nah. Here's another thing too, okay? And it's something that kind of like I should have mentioned it in my recap, but I'm going to say it anyway. This is something I noticed. I know what y'all going to say. Bruce Leroy, you were sitting up there, getting on other people for complaining about how many times they run the football. So why are you sitting up there and you're going to complain too? Okay, here's the thing, y'all. Calm down. Here's the thing. Do I like that they run the ball with him more? Yes, but be very careful doing that because you have 2 other running backs. Here's another thing I'm very, very happy about real quick before I start going back to my other point. I'm very happy they went back to the shotgun 2 running back, 3 wide receivers. So I said that in my last video. And I'm very happy that they went back to it because they had success with it with the Brian Johnston playbook last year, and they had success with it in the Green Bay game. So I'm very happy that they went back to the 2 running back, 3 wide receiver set. I think that's something that needs to be implemented more in the offense, and I was very happy to see that it was implemented this game. So I don't know if they watched my video or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, you might want to give boy a little credit. Yeah. Thank you so much. Listen, I want my reward to be let me not go that far. Let me keep moving. Okay, so with the Saquon shit, he looked like he was very banged up a lot, and he was on the verge of getting injured. And I was kind of scared. Y'all take it easy on giving them carries just a little bit. I feel like they're wearing too much out of it. And here's the thing: I was in my mind, I'm like, well, damn, Philly 500 and Joey Shake's getting on Gainwell too much. Then I'm looking at his numbers right here. This man had 5 carries for 9 yards. And then I'm thinking, why the fuck do they keep giving him all the carries? They keep giving him all the carries because, number one, I think you need to give Will Shipley a chance. I think I said this in the last video, too. The reason why I like the 2 running back, 3 wide receiver set is that Will Shipley can get involved, too. You can throw Will Shipley in there for about 5 carries just to see what he can do, right? Because Will Shipley had a big run that got taken back because of a Nick Gates holding call last week. But I always, or not last week, I think last week or the week before. But I always didn't understand why they didn't involve Shipley in this offense. To me, it doesn't make sense. You got to involve him more. He's shown flashes in the preseason. I think that over time he's going to develop his ability to run the football at a professional level. But I like Will Shipley. I like what he brings to the table. And Gainwell, you gotta listen. I've been getting on Joey Shake's ass a lot, saying yo, y'all gotta chill out and whatever. And y'all, his stat line's fucking horrible. And listen, I don't think he's playing bad this season. I think he's playing what his role is, which is second string running back. But I do think he needs to do a little bit more when he gets into these games and try to take up. He gotta play up a notch. He's gonna have to unlock a side of him where he's playing at a high level. You know what I'm saying? Because this shit's not going to cut it. Damn near 2 yards a carry, it's just not going to cut it, bro. You got to help the team and help Saquon get the load off his back paws. You understand what I'm saying? So I didn't like the PI call on Johnny Wilson. I thought that was bullshit. Definitely didn't like the fumble call and the touchdown. Here's the thing about I want to speak about Jahan Dotson real quick. So, by the way, it's fantastic day from Saquon. Caught a receiving touchdown. I think he had 3 receptions for 40 yards and a touchdown, and 27 carries, 159 yards, 6 yards of carry and a touchdown. So, shout out to Saquon Barkley for just being just the monster that he is. Boy, I'm telling you right now, I'm the fan. I'm a fan of the right fucking team. But it was always meant for me to go to Philly. It was always meant for me to be an Eagles fan. I originally liked it because their color was green. My favorite color is green. But I've always meant to be an Eagles fan, man. I'm happy. I made the right decision at 16 years old. Now, another thing I didn't like about the offense. So there's a few things. So first and foremost, get the little shit out the way. So the Anaya Smith screen, I don't like it. Anaya Smith has not gotten enough time with this offense. He just came back from injury. I don't want to see those routes where you're just exclusively relying on him because he can fumble the football. It's like you don't throw screens at him right off the bat, bubble screens at him when he just got there. I don't understand why you call a play with a guy who hasn't had enough reps in his offense. Again, if you want to throw it to him, that's fine, but not a fucking bubble screen where the whole play relies on him producing. I just don't like that. Like, if you want to have him in spread formations and he's operating space and he can catch a ball, cool, but right now, he hasn't had enough time and reps in his offense to be able to throw a bubble screen where you have to exclusively rely on his productivity. I don't like the call whatsoever. Okay, Devontae Smith just fucking crazy. I think he got catch of the year. George Pickens was close. And honestly, everybody's bitching about the overtime rules. I just think people are mad about the Chiefs winning. Like, fuck the overtime rules. With the NFL, fuck the kickoff rules. The kickoff rules is so fucking stupid. What the NFL needs to do is allow college, like, yo, if you got 1 foot in bounds, you can catch the ball. Because what you're really doing is you can get a player injured trying to do something that's really physically impossible more often than not, especially when you're in midair. If I'm catching a ball in the air, in bounds, and I get shoved all the way out of bounds, how the fuck is it fair for it not to count as a touchdown? Because when I caught it, I was in the touchdown area. So I'm in the air and somebody pushing me all the way. How the fuck can I plant my feet or plant 2 feet down? It's just impossible. Like that Garrett Wilson shit and the George Pickens, that 100% should have been a catch. But yeah, 100% Devontae Smith got catch of the year, because let's think about it like this. The man had a great one-hand catch all the way at the back of the end zone and got 2 feet down. But you're asking a lot out of these players to do that, and what you're going to end up causing injuries because they're trying to get 2 feet down. When really, you know, if you think about gravity and physics and all of that, it's impossible. The only human body, these guys are freak athletes, but there's only certain things that they can do, certain things There's certain things that they can do, and there's certain things that they can't do. You understand what I'm saying? Because the human body can only allow you to do but so much. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But now, let's talk about what else? Nick Sirianni. There's a reason why I didn't apologize to Nick Sirianni when we were on a winning streak. There's a reason why I didn't apologize to him last week. There was a reason. There's a reason why I got on Bear Brooks and some of y'all saying, he's our coach. And no disrespect to Gilly. I thought his friends be funny, but like, I'm out on Sirianni. I'm just being honest with you. Like, I'm okay. I can't be mad at him because if he's winning, I can't. You can't curse out somebody or get mad at somebody for winning. But let me tell you something right now. You got to be pretty fucking stupid. And I'm going to try my best not to curse out Sirianni, but I'm going to tell the truth. I don't give a fuck. You got to be pretty fucking stupid to be up 16-0, to be up 22-0, and go for 2-point conversions. What the fuck are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? You're up 16-0. Do you know why motherfuckers go for 2-point conversions when they're up sometimes? To try to make it a 2-score game. You're up by more than 2 scores. What the fuck are you doing? You're up 2 scores, nigga. 16 points. So that means a team has to get 2 2-point conversions. What are the chances and the likelihood that a team is going to go down in the end zone, score twice, and get 2 2-point conversions? It's already hard to be able to score twice in a row, but now they have to get 2 2-point conversions. What the fuck are you doing? What are you doing? You call for 2 when it's like, okay, cool. I want to be up by like a certain, let's just say for instance, okay, cool. We're up by 5 points. I want to be up by 7, so they have to get a field goal to tie. That makes sense. But you don't do something fucking stupid when you're up 16-0, 22-0, and go for 2. What the fuck are you doing? What are you doing, Sirianni? What the fuck are you doing? What are you doing? It's crazy because it's like it was like complete polar opposites. Like the Eagles post-game live was trying to get this man the benefit of the doubt. I'm like, no, fuck no. We're not giving this man the benefit of the doubt. We're gonna let this nigga have it. Fuck that. And then Seth Joyner show was on complete opposite end by calling him an idiot and more. I'm like, yo, I mean, like, listen. I've been doing the best I can to try to take it easy on Sirianni, but I'm not giving him his fucking credit until the end of the season because it's a week-to-week league, and he's done so much bullshit over these past 2 seasons that, like, I'm not just going to just sit up there and just act like I'm putting my trust in him 100%. I don't have no choice, but I ain't going to sit up and act naive for no motherfucking body. It's just not happening. So as you can see, there's a reason why I didn't apologize to Nick Sirianni, because he hasn't done shit. Calcaterra, by the way, very good player. I think if he gets more consistent with his blocking, I think we found our tight end 1 when Goddard, when it's all said. I still want Goddard. I must y'all say Goddard 3-point. Shut up. I like Goddard. Fuck with him. I like Goddard, but if push comes to shove and they say, you know what, we're done with Goddard, Calcaterra's our number 1 tight end. he could ball 100%. As long as he stay healthy, because he did have injury problems coming in. But I'm telling you right now, Calcaterra's on that field. He could play. Just be more consistent blocking. That's it. But yeah, Slim Reaper, by the way, you know what's even crazy? Fuck the catches. Because, you know, that felt like they didn't do a good job of trying to involve him in the first half. But with the catches, I got to tell y'all something right now. This man did a terrific fucking block on a Saquon. I think he might have had a pancake or some shit like that. It was in the second half. He did a hell of a job blocking on one of the Saquon runs. I don't remember which one. So talk about, you know, really elevating your game and being unselfish. Bro, Devontae Smith, man, the Slim Reaper, my favorite wide receiver in the league, bro. Shouts out to you, bro. Shouts out to you. Great job, man. Great job for those guys. Fred Johnson really struggled against Josh Allen. And I'm me's calling Josh Allen overrated, kind of like it's biting me in the ass, because these last couple, like ever since the 21 season when I called him overrated, he's been playing like an all-pro level. He calls, I think his name is Allen, Hines Allen or some shit like that. But like, we know him as Josh Allen. Whatever. I don't want to disrespect the man. Like if that's the name, if that's his name, if that's his name, that's his name. You feel me? Oh, Jahan Dotson situation. I've been a huge proponent. I think out of all the Eagles fans, I've probably given the benefit of the doubt to Quez Watkins the most, because I understand that it's a psychological effect that happens when you're producing for a team. You basically get told that you're basically going to get excommunicated from the offense. You'll be exiled from the offense. And then now you can't get the reps to get better and elevate your game because you're not getting opportunities. So I get it. I think it's very disrespectful for Nick Sirianni to come up and tell Jahan Dotson that his only role on this team is to block. I don't like that shit. You traded for this guy. A lot of people say, Jahan Dotson's ass. He's ass. He's ass. And then he caught that catch. He almost dropped it, but he caught it back. Just show me that Jahan Dotson's capable of some elite play. I don't like that shit. You don't understand how much your offense can open up more because you involved Britton Covey. Like when you try to involve Britton Covey, you did that. And I didn't have a problem with it because Britton Covey was playing his fucking ass off. But at a certain point in time, bro, you have to utilize the fucking weapons you got on the field because that's going to make you unstoppable because they don't know who the fuck to go. All right, we're going to focus on AJ and Devontae. Guess what? We got Jahan Dotson too. So now you got so many weapons to worry about. You know what I'm saying? So I don't like what they're doing with Jahan Dotson. I feel really bad for the guy because fans that don't know no better are going to talk shit about him, saying he's ass and he's a bust and we should have. It was a bad trade. But really, the guy can't do nothing. He can't throw the ball to him and fuck himself. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, I don't like that Nick Sirianni basically told this nigga. He basically was like, you'll get the ball when you get the ball, and it's just if you don't get the ball like 5 games straight, hey, it is what it is. You're already in a situation you came into. Like, yeah, I talked about his role, man. Get that man some more fucking catches. Get this man some more fucking targets, bro. Stop the bullshit. Stop. Cut it out. All right. I think that's it. I think that's all for the offense I want to speak about. And then obviously Lane Johnson and Brian Baldinger talk about how Lane Johnson, Nakobe Dean, Mulata, they spoke about running the ball more. Again, don't overdo it with Saquon because you're gonna get him hurt. I think contrary to what I've been saying, I think the Bengals game was perfect. This game right here, I feel like that you ran the ball with him way too much. But that's on Gainwell, and that's on Sirianni and Kellen Moore to actually allow Shipley to be more involved in his offense. And I think with Van Sumer going to be out because of concussion protocol. By the way, shout out to Mekhi Becton coming back from the injury and literally being the highest graded. I think he's the highest graded guard in the league, or the highest graded offensive lineman in the league. So shout out to Mekhi Becton, man. Great job by him. Defense, Josh Sweat, Joey Shakes, Mr. Joey Shakes. I fuck with you. You already know. But you owe that man an apology. Let me tell you something, the difference between Bryce Huff and Josh Sweat. And I will never be mad at Josh Sweat. Josh Sweat contributes. Yes, we all would like him to bring up those sack numbers, but one thing about it, Josh Sweat makes an effort. That's the difference between him and Bryce Huff. By the way, Bryce Huff is on a trade block, but that's neither here nor there. I want to talk about Josh Sweat. Josh Sweat, bro, contributes. Ball carry moving, he pursues. He contributes. And I'm very, very happy that he shut a lot of the haters up because I always was a Josh Sweat. Even when Josh Sweat was performing at a high level, people were still talking shit about him. I don't like how y'all talk about Josh Sweat, bro. And I'm so happy he proved a lot of y'all niggas wrong. Shout out to Josh Sweat. He played great. Carter, I think, got a sack, and he played pretty good. Jordan Davis had a tackle. We just need more out of him. Jomo was pretty quiet. Milton Williams was pretty quiet this season. I think we need a slight more production from him, but that'll come. Brandon Graham was just outstanding as always. I mean, he's having a hell of a season, bro. Like, it's insane what he's doing, man. Like, just shout out BG, man. Zach Bond. A lot of y'all not going to believe me, but I'm going to tell y'all this right now. Zach Bond's a top 5 linebacker in this league. I'm going to say this one more time. Zach Bond is a top 5 fucking linebacker in this league. And he's the best linebacker we've ever had since Jordan Hicks. I'm sorry, Jordan Hicks can't cover. What the fuck, y'all? Shut the fuck up. Shut up. And listen, I like TJ Edwards, but TJ Edwards wasn't. This nigga Zach Bond. Zach Bond is a top 5. Edwards played at a somewhat of an all-pro level, or at least the best of the rest kind of player. Zach Bond's playing at, I could start at the Pro Bowl. I could get the most Pro Bowl votes. He won't get the Pro Bowl because there's a popularity contest, which is bullshit. But he got the numbers. He could be a Pro Bowl. He can represent the NFC. First team All-Pro. Zach Bond can do every fucking thing. He can rush the quarterback. He's aggressive against the run. He makes tackles. He's aggressive. And he can cover. Finally, in fucking years, we got a player who can cover. Thank you. Thank you. So we already got a linebacker who can cover. By the way, Nakobe Dean, hold on, my fault. I'm tweaking.
Congratulations! Oh my God.
I'm sorry, Nakobe Dean. I'm so sorry. You actually good. You actually can play. I'm so damn sorry. You caught that motherfucking ball like you was a wide receiver. And you got the game winning pick. You played good as hell. I'm so sorry I doubted you. I'm so sorry. The Kobe team. Accept my apology. Give me a hug. Give me a hug. No, I'm playing. All jokes aside. The Kobe Dean. My apologies, man. My apologies, sir. I'm sorry. I expected too much out of you. You've been dealing with a lot of injuries, but to play the way you've been playing for these last 3 to 4 weeks after the bye week, man. And then listen, you had some pretty good games before the bye week too, just been inconsistent. Nakobe Dean, I apologize to you, brother. I apologize to you. Keep doing your thing. Very proud of you. Very proud of you and Nolan Smith for y'all elevating y'all game and getting better. I'm very proud of you guys. Shout out to Nakobe Dean. Shout out to Zach Bond. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. I try to give you the benefit of the doubt because I noticed in Detroit, especially when he came back from the injury. Before the injury, like, you was nice. But after the injury, when he came back in the playoffs, you was struggling in man coverage. That man-to-man coverage, I'm going to be honest with you, my fault. Man-to-man coverage is horrible. Like, you suck ass at man-to-man coverage, bro. You need to work on that shit. Because number one, you are a former nickel corner. That's first and foremost. So you definitely should know how to cover. Number two, I didn't see this shit in 22. You need to really focus in on learning how to tighten up your man-to-man coverage so that way when teams go up against you and you got matches where it's one-on-one, they won't be like, oh, shit, we definitely going to throw to your side. Because honestly, if I'm facing the Eagles, I'm basically going to be like, I'm going to get Reed Blankenship and I'm going to get Chauncey Gardner-Johnson one-on-one wide receivers. I'm going to get rid of Cooper DeJean. I'm going to get rid of Slay or Rodgers, whoever was up there. And Quinion, I'm getting rid of their ass. I'm going to make them safeties play man-to-man. That's what, if I'm facing the Eagles, that would be my game plan. Make those safeties play man-to-man. Your man-to-man coverage has been awful all year, and it was awful in the playoffs. And I gave benefit of the doubt because you just came from a long injury, but you got to tighten that shit up. You know what I'm saying? Because I think you're a good player. I see glimpses. But you need to elevate your game more, okay? Like you need to be more consistent and play like the All-Pro that we signed you for, okay? Cooper DeJean is just fucking like I don't know what else to say. And Quinion lockdown, just fucking lockdown, bro. Brian Thomas was quiet as a fucking church mouse. Like, bro, I didn't hear nothing out of Brian Thomas whatsoever. It's going to show you how great those guys are. Cooper DeJean, man, the coverage was outside, bro. Shout out, man. How we nailed the draft with those two. Cause I was like, okay, let's just get Cooper DeJean. We got the best corner in the draft. Who I didn't know it was that because I wasn't aware of college football like that. Got the best corner in the draft and got Cooper DeJean, who could be a Swiss Army knife move around the field. Bro, I'm lucky to thank God I'm an Eagles fan, bro. I'm lucky as hell. Blankenship, I think, was, he needed to be a little bit more active. I'd like to be a little bit more active moving forward. And also, I do not, and honestly, Elliott got to get his shit together because I saw this in the preseason. He slipped a little bit. Honestly, 57 yards is kind of hard, but I'm just saying, Elliott, we're going to need you to come back because right now, Young Ho Koo, I forgot, that guy Koo from Atlanta, he's looking like he's the best kicker in the league. I'm just saying, Elliott, we need you to step up your game. You know what I'm saying? I just said 57 yards is hard, but we need you to step up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So that is pretty much it. Also, real quick, I want to talk about something else real quick. Just real quickly. Hold on. All right, cool. I want to try to be quick on this. Drake, I fuck with you. But what you did with DeMar DeRozan was corny as fuck. Bro, if you don't like the nigga that much, which one, you guys don't have a personal relationship like that. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, outside the fact he played for the team, you know what I'm saying? Hey, what's up, man? How you doing? Hey, I'm doing good. How about yourself? I don't think it was that deep relationship. So, DeMar DeRozan, I always know loyalty. Drake, I fuck with you. I love your music. But you're not making yourself look good, right? Right now, PR-wise, you look bad right now. Kendrick kind of, took a little bit of the R away from you. Right now, you in recovery mode. Like, honestly, people been saying that, oh, your music quality ain't really up there, but you ain't really, you ain't been affecting you. This beef, it's affected you, bro, and you don't look good doing it. You don't go on a telecast talk about, so, I'll take the bear down myself. Like, bro, you don't like the nigga that much, and you gonna call him a pussy when he leave, bro. Just don't go to the fucking game. It's not that serious. DeMar DeRozan don't owe you no fucking loyalty. I don't think you guys were locked in like that. I just think it was one of those things was like, okay, cool, hey, Drake from the city, most famous guy out the city. Hey, I'm a star player for the team that of the city that this famous celebrities. You know what I'm saying? That's just how it was. It was more of an acquaintance thing. I never heard any reports that Drake and DeRozan were like this. I never heard any reports like that. I'm sorry. So the LeBron thing, I understand. I understand why Drake is upset about LeBron to the extent like, damn, like LeBron, I look up to you, nigga. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, with the DeRozan thing, I don't think y'all was locked in. Like, I think the relationship between him and LeBron was more closer than him and DeRozan, if that makes sense, okay? So Drake, I fuck with you, but that shit was corny, bro. Like, listen, if it's really that bad, if you really didn't like the nigga like that, man, show some class and just don't go to the fucking game. Go to a Raptors game when you're not playing Sacramento. I just leave it at that, because you sound corny. And I'm keeping it real with you, no disrespect to you. If you two get into a fist fight one-on-one, I'll put my money on DeRozan. I'm just saying. Listen, I don't want nothing to happen to neither you or him, but I'm just keeping it real. If it's a fist fight one-on-one, I'm putting my money on DeRozan. I'm just saying. That's all I got to say. We got Dallas coming up. Dak Prescott's going to be out. So right now, Dallas Cowboys are emotionally damaged. They're going to get back to talking shit about Wednesday. But really, deep down, like Cowboys fans right now, they're crushed. The team morale is done right now. This should be an easy fucking win. Because we never win in Arlington. We need to get a win in Arlington. At the end of the day, if Dak Prescott come back in Lincoln Financial Field, I like our chances better there. All right, y'all. So real quickly, because my battery literally just died. All right. So once again, praise out to Dak Prescott. Wishing him a full recovery on all the rivalry aside, things of that nature. All right. So obviously, the next time I see y'all, it pretty much should be after the conclusion of the Dallas and Eagles game. And I know I'll give my weekly recaps to that. All right. So y'all enjoy the rest of y'all day. I'm out of here. Peace. All right.